Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, this is gonna be a daily energy check. This is gonna be a classic read. I will use a little bit different decks today, but let's jump straight in. Let's see what we have, what we need to know for the twin flame journey. And as always, I'm gonna be looking at the feminine collective, masculine collective, and the connection at this time. Okay, so I'm using the Enchanted Map Oracle for the Oracle card. Let's pull a card for Divine Feminine first of all. And because I haven't used this deck much in the last 6 months, I will probably go to the book to read the Oracle message, not to miss anything. Hope you guys are doing great. I have started uploading my elemental horoscopes for July, so check those out and let me know for sure. Let me know if you like, show your support if you like it, if you want to have more of that, and I'll definitely be doing more. And who knows, maybe I'll even start doing zodiac sign horoscopes for the twins specifically. Bone collector, yeah, definitely need a book for that. Oh my, definitely connection with the ancestors. I love it, love it. You're whole and have everything you need within. When the bone collector appears, she's asking you to look closely at your circumstances, to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Sounds familiar? If you're on a twin flame journey, you should. Whenever we are wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of a limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticized. No matter what you question, the bone collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding, and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the bone collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. I love this. I love this concept. Like, yes, act as if you have everything you need and it'll appear at the right time, right? Very interesting concept, especially because I was listening to a podcast by Gabby Bernstein, this last one that came out this week, which was about IFS. So this is internal family systems technique or method, and she's a well-known fan of it and follower, and she's done her training too, like as a therapist, you know. So she actually did, or was it last week? It was last week, I think. She did a special episode, was like a more practical session of when she's in the position of a client, how it works. So I highly recommend that. For some people it's definitely useful. And when I was reading about this, that something was stolen from us, it immediately brought me back to the parts, the exiles, you know. It has like there are a lot of concepts and terminology in IFS about this kind of experiences when something like almost like gets stolen or alienated from us. It's like a part of us that gets alienated, right? And it stays in that wounded state, and it triggers us when we see a seemingly similar dangerous event, right, to keep us safe. Okay, let's see what we have for the masculines. Ooh, Dragon Slayer. Yeah, definitely Slayer, not Slayer. Dragon's Lair. I definitely need a book for this as well. Oh my gosh. You are always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment, divine masculines. You are about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. You see, in this case, it's like a lighthouse that got frozen. Is it romanticized or is it dramatized? Think for yourself. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life fully lived isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there's greater value in risk taken than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. Oh, I love this. I love this, love this, love this. Especially considering we're talking about twins. I mean, it's, you know what? After a few years of being in a journey, I find that that is relevant for every aspect of the journey, every step of it, every new phase, every new cycle. And sometimes you didn't realize when a new cycle begins until after you've gone through certain parts of it, and then you're like, oh, that's when it shifted, or like it seems like that's when my whole timeline shifted to something completely different, right? So it's important to be in that mindset, right? And understand that this journey will challenge you to the core. That's kind of the point. It's not for the faint-hearted, and that's why we are so powerful. So we can handle it, so we can go through it, so we can get to this highest point of mastery in those experiences, in those areas of life. Okay, we're not only able to handle it, we're able to analyze it, to process it, to draw conclusions, to find the truth, which is key. Okay, that said, thinking what was I going to do? Yeah, anyway, I'll use the gold foil for the feminine today. Let's see what's going on with divine feminine energy. And I got Knight of Cups in reverse and the Emperor. Yeah, so I see that the feminine is actually choosing to focus more on her own needs rather than try to figure out how to communicate with the masculine at this point, or whoever is in the proximity that you contemplate your relationship with, somebody close, right? Somebody you are working on a loving relationship with. It could be a parent, a colleague, a friend, a mentor, right? But I'll focus on the DM here because I get that in most cases it is about DM, and that kind of illustrates the example, and then you can take it further if in your case it's relevant to somebody else in your life, right? But the essence is the same anyway, that feminine is choosing to focus on their own needs, their own wants, their own gaps, rather than see how they can fix the relationship once again, or deliver an apology or words of love and it's gonna make it all better, right? Like there is a actual pause, or self-restraint, okay, I've done some thinking, I may have a good idea of what to say or to do next, but I'm gonna hold on the action, right? Like pause the action, because there is a lot of that preparation and healing that's happening, and getting into your own, right? Like to me, this is essentially the energy where you can see that you have everything you need. The Emperor is the ultimate king of kings, right? So all the elements, all the resources that you feel like you need in your current situation, you have. Okay, let's see what we have the masculines. For the masculines, I'm gonna use the movie tarot. We have Page of Wands, that was kind of on this side. Just clarify. This is Will Smith. Her Men in Black. Let's clarify. Woo! Okay, I got 3 cards. I'll take them all. We have Temperance, Queen of Coins, and Justice. Wow. Important major arcanas. Very important. So, I was just talking about that energy of being courageous for the next step in the adventure, right? Like it's gonna feel different, it's gonna feel awkward, but that's essentially the path to growth and to discover new treasures on the way, right? So Page of Wands to me, especially on the side, kind of feels that way. Like the masculine actually doesn't feel super connected to the intuition, to the source, and to their own inspiration and passion. But they are being guarded and guided by these energies of, and I like that we actually have people for all of them in this particular deck, right? Because this could represent specific people that will be around you, divine masculine, to guide you, to support you, to help you get you through the hard part, right? Like be those navigators, right? But for others, it will be the energies as well, right? Like these two are major arcana. So this is divine intervention in showing you where the balance is, why certain events are happening to you, especially if you feel anxious and like you don't understand, they don't link up with what was happening last week, right? You will be shown that connection. The other part is, this is another side of balance. This is your inner balance, right? The masculine and the feminine energies, the 3D and the 5D, this whole yin and yang piece. It's really important to balance it out so that you can approach these new experiences with grace, with respect, and with inner peace. That's when they're gonna bring you the most effect, right? The Queen of Coins agrees, right? Like it's like being that wise wife, right? Where you don't just push for what you want, but you know, like the golden rule, you're making it look like it was the man's idea the whole time, right? Or knowing where to find the compromise or where the golden mean is, right? Those kind of smart ideas. And this is not a major arcana anymore, but this is a wife card for sure. And so divine masculine has been surrounded with this energy, so they may actually embrace this wife energy in terms of seeing the positive side of things, right? Seeing how you can create out of it rather than just get upset or get confrontational with people or circumstances. Okay, let's get the energy of the connection. I'll use this as a Charles deck for that. What's happening with the connection at this time? I told myself that I'm gonna make this a short reading, so let's see how short can I go. So I also want to pull some messages, but I don't want to do it with the Hermit Tarot cards, so I'll use Tarot for that. Woo! Okay, Hangman. I'm getting this card quite a lot lately. And the Hierophant. Ooh, I like this. Major arcanas, guys. It's number 6, and Hierophant I think is 12. That's another, I was just doing the reading for the water signs, and I saw it twice, I think, where one card was like halfway through, another one will take you all the way to the end. But Hierophant's actually 5. Yeah, never mind. 5 and 12 here. But anyway, so this is great because these energies are actually pretty opposite to each other. This is about being out there in the public and sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience. The Hangman is going within and contemplating what's been going on, where do I want to go next, without actually taking action, right? Like it's that suspension and contemplation kind of energy and vibe. So I'm getting that the twins are actually preparing for the role of being a leader in their community. They are getting their head around of what the Ascended Master means and how they can be one. If not today, then a year from now, 5 years, 10 years from now, right? Like what would that model be like what kind of skills, what kind of areas of knowledge are important so that you can be successful in this role, right? So right now it's like a brainstorming phase of it, and each of the twin is doing it in their own right. So it's not even a collaboration yet, but again, because, and you see major arcanas here, so this is divinely guided. Because there is a divine guidance in where each of the twins is supposed to go, essentially it will bring them together, because that's how it works. Okay, messages from DFs to DMs. I'm gonna continue using the gold foil. What messages do the feminines have for masculines watching? Ooh, it's interesting. Knight of Swords and Two of Swords. So the feminine is saying, yeah, you don't have to make all the tough decisions in one day, right? You don't have to solve everything in one conversation. It's important to start the conversation, and I'm here for you, and we can discuss anything you want. But don't get hung up on the idea that you may not do a good job out of it, or that more topics need to be covered. Just follow your natural guidance with that. And deep down, you know that your feminine knows that you love her. So it's important to be talking about those things out loud, but if you don't feel ready, then don't push yourself too hard. That's what I'm saying. Okay, messages from masculines to feminines. What would they like to share with the feminines at this time? Okay, we have Knight of Wands again and King of Swords. Yeah, so the masculines are saying that actually this is also interesting because this is the ultimate masculine energy, like the wands and the swords, the air and the fire. So DMs are understanding that consciously how important this is. They understand, like, and this is the matrix snapshot. They understand that this connection changes their whole reality around. It's like in that matrix where suddenly the character, is it though? Yeah, well, I'm seeing it that way anyway. The character starts seeing the world differently, right? Or they're being shown aspects of it that they never noticed. So for the masculine, this journey brings them that whole new perspective on life, right? But still living it pretty raw, pretty sensual, sexual, tangible, so that they know it's actually happening. Like sometimes if they're wondering, is it really happening, or is it a dream, or they talking to an angel, or it's some sort of a projection or illusion that is used to train them and to get them to a certain awareness. And then they realize, no, it's very physical, very tangible, very sensual, and it actually exists all the way through the physical form, and it's beautiful. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Keep watching for the rest of the readings for different elements. Make sure that you are watching for your sign, for your person's sign, or maybe even like several signs, because I usually cover or include Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Venus signs. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very soon. Bye, everyone.